Follow this step-by-step tutorial to learn how to create time-lapse video. Time-lapse photography isn't terribly difficult to get into these days, especially since most new cameras that are introduced to the market come with interval timer functions and almost unlimited storage capabilities for your photos. However, this is not to say that time-lapse photography is easy. In fact, speaking from experience, it is quite the contrary. Before we enter Photoshop to create our video sequence, we must first shoot the frames of our time-lapse video using our DSLR camera or any camera with an interval timer function. After you've shot all the frames in your video sequence, we can now gather all of the photos and start working in Photoshop. 1. Load your files into a stack. Go to File, Scripts, Load Files into a stack. Here, you'll be able to locate all the files of the photos you've just taken. Locate your files. Wait for the list to be filled, then click OK. 2. Making sequence. Once the stack is loaded into Photoshop, then select all the layers in your stack, either in the Layers panel or the Animation panel. Once you have all the layers selected, click on the flyout menu of the Animation panel and then click Make Frames from Layers. The frames for your video will now appear on the Animation panel. You can now convert your frames into frame animation by clicking again on the flyout menu of the Animation panel and then clicking on Convert to Frame Animation. Now you can see the sequence of your shots. However, you'll notice that they are in reverse. That's because when we loaded the images into Photoshop as a stack, they were loaded sequentially into the Layers panel, and thus they were loaded with the last photo being the top layer. To fix this, select all your frames in the Animation panel and then click on the flyout menu, then click Reverse Frames. Now your frames are in the proper order. In the Animation panel, you can set the time between each frame. With all your frames selected, click on one of the small triangles on the bottom of each frame and select No Delay. 3. Exporting the video. Once you're satisfied with your sequence, it's time to export the video. Click on File, Export, Render Video. Pick the destination of your video on your computer, the file type of your video, and the settings with which you'd like to produce your video. Once you're satisfied, click Render. Wait for a few minutes and your video is now ready. This was a HowTech.tv tutorial. Thanks for watching.